Hello and welcome to Real Talk with Mrs. Pham. How are you today?
Very well, thank you.
Very good, thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm so honored to have you here on today's program. And today's big topic, we're going to be discussing something that's going to be very controversial, is a bit sensitive to some people, and I want it to be as engaging as possible. So, with me on today's program, I have two beautiful faces. I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves in a couple of minutes. But before we get into that, I want to introduce today's topic, which is marriage still a priority or has this been overrated? So, this is among the younger generation. So, is marriage a priority for the younger generation or is this overrated? So, on my right, I would want you to introduce yourself, please.
My name is Abimbola Fashola. I'm a social worker. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank
It's
you
not
for
your
having
first
me.
time,
It's not my first
so thank you for coming back. A clap for you. Okay, to my left is.
My name is Omoduni Adaranija. I'm a nurse and work in mental health. And prior to that, I have experience working with young people. And yeah, it's my background. And I'm a model as well, teenager entry.
So many hats, like I always say. Thank you. So this is your first time coming to Real Talk with Mrs.
Yes, this is my first time on the show.
I'm
So,
going to tell you it's going to be fun and you're going to enjoy it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's get straight into this. So many years ago, marriage is seen as something that everybody does. Everybody gets married. Most people get married. Maybe because of the culture, maybe because of the religion, the society, the expectations that once you finish, maybe you've gone to school or you're done with your apprenticeship, whatever, or you start business, you're independent, or maybe not, because independence means maybe the man is and the woman isn't. So it depends on the culture as well. The next thing is to get married. So things have changed over the years. A lot has changed, with the society, maybe with education, people, now realizing or identifying themselves, like, okay, I can do more before I get married, or I need to do this before I get married, or maybe the values have kind of shifted a bit, from what it used to be. So, some people get married very early, and some people get married late, and some don't. It is still the same. But even with that, a lot of things have changed. Now we're talking about the younger generation, which is interesting because, like, a lot of people will say, oh, they have a mind of their own, they don't, you can't, I don't like to use the word force, but it kind of is part of it, forcing, like, I mean forcing, like, when are you going to get married? All your mates are married. Don't put me to shame. All of my family members, there's nobody that, so that kind of is forceful for them.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot that we are going to discuss today. But many are focusing on their career, like financial independence. There's a lot that they kind of, okay, why should I get married?
Yeah.
Is it a must that I get married? So tonight we're going to explore whether marriage still holds the same importance as it used to be. So I am going to ask my first guest on my right, Abimbola. Do you believe marriage is still a priority for young people today? Why and why not?
Okay. Thanks for having me. I'll start with marriage is a priority today, but it is not compulsory for them because their priorities have shifted from where it was when our fathers, our sets are getting married. Then it's like when you are finished your education, the next thing is you want to get married and start having children. It's all set that way. But now, children believe I have so many things to achieve before getting married.
Maybe they're not children.
Well,
Maybe they're
young
adults. Yeah.
So they believe, well, then the two genders have different priorities set for themselves.
Mm.
The male gender believe I'm the man of the house. I need to have financial stability before I get married. The female, they also want to pursue their career, their education, and all that will make them a man in the house. At the same time, the female gender, the young adult female, believe I need to get my education right. I need to have my career.
That's the female now.
The female now. I need to be financially stable too, because they have seen what has happened to their aunties in the past that did not go to school at all, or even some their moms, because they are not educated. The way some fathers treat their wives because they feel they are illiterate, and the same children see what their mom had gone through and how their mom has depreciated, so they don't want to be in that state.
But sorry to interrupt, because you kind of said the way the fathers treated their mothers, or maybe their aunties, would that be because that's our culture?
Can I chip in on that?
Okay.
Yeah. I think our culture, maybe African culture, is more patriarchal, in nature.
Yeah.
So it's the father is there. So the father normally is the breadwinner of the family. But when you really look at it in the real sense, some fathers really stood up and actually do their responsibilities on their children. But on the low key, behind closed doors, our mothers do take a lot of responsibilities.
Yes.
Raising the children, taking care of them and all. But sometimes they always say, oh, it's your dad that did it, it's your dad that did it. And then, like you said, the way the dad now treats the woman, the wife, in the is like, okay, I'm still the breadwinner, I'm the head of the house. So a lot of the things, the children see all these things, and like the question, like, is this really what I really wanted for me?
For myself,
For myself.
Yeah. We always believe when children are growing, they don't see. As they grow into adulthood, they actually see what is going on. Everything. And because the generation now is fast paced, even what they don't understand, they go to the internet and ask. Because I know one of my friends that said her daughter was saying she has gone to, the way the dad treats the mom, she has gone to ask how to live with a narcissist. And when she was telling her mom, your husband is a narcissist, the mom said she has not even had that English before. So she
doesn't know the meaning.
She doesn't even know the meaning. But the child had already gone to search for it to know there is something called narcissist.
Thank you. We're coming back to that. Thank you. So, and to my left now, I'm going to ask, are young adults waiting longer for the right person?
Yes. I believe they are, because their priorities have changed. They want love, and they also want stability. They also want a little bit of freedom as well. So they want a man who will treat them right. So they are not really in a rush really to really get married in that way.
Would that be like ticking boxes?
Well, a lot of them, they have their own the list of what they want in life and what they want in the relationship, and what they want out of the relationship as well. So a lot of them will have this list of what they want, and more like a tick box. But at the same time, they're not ready to compromise. So if they have a partner who is not living up to the expectation, they're very open and frank. They always want to have that conversation. So I will say that.
So what do you think are the biggest barriers stopping young people from getting married?
Well, these days there's a lot of barriers that are stopping them. Number one, I think it went both ways. Like men, boys, or girls, they want to eat their cake and at the same time have it.
Okay.
For the men, for the boys, most of the time, they're not ready to stick with one person. Because I had this conversation before coming on the show.
Right.
I actually spoke to one of the young person, like, where is he? Because she's like 20-something.
Good.
So I said, why is... So I tried to relate the topic. He said a lot of the boys, they just want to have their cake and have it. They believe that they are serious with you. They let you know that they love you, but they still want to have a relationship, and they're not really ready for that sometimes. Or they take you go out with them, and they are with you, and then they are also flirting with another person.
So do you think that could be because of high cost of the wedding, or the marriage itself, the commitment that
Well, that is one of it. And the secondly is the cost of living.
it's high.
The cost of living. Gone are those days when our parents, even with one salary, they can afford to buy a house. They can afford to raise children. They can afford to take care of the house. But even two salaries combined together these days is a struggle.
It is.
It is a struggle. So I think cost of living is always one of
Is
it.
one of. What about fear of divorce, trust issues,
I think they have trust issues. Like I said,
social media expectations?
well, the trust issue is that one about having a relationship and still want to flirt around, and then having the trust. I don't think they really fully trust each other. They will tell you, "I trust you, but I trust you, but."
Okay.
So the impact of social media and the exposure as well, societal norm. The norm also have changed, have shifted. Gone are the days where religion plays a very important role in marriage, in families.
What about these days?
But these days, religion is not that influential in families anymore. Because when you ask most of these young people, some from African background, they believe there is God. They will tell you, "I know there is God," and they believe in God. But some will say, "Well, I don't know really, because there's a lot of things out there." They believe there is a super being somewhere, so they are not really that committed. So religion, the sanctity of marriage and the institution of marriage, I think the religion kind of really how would I say it, really make it really worthwhile. Because when you go to church, you get married, you do the church, you do the whole the whole thing. But now some people, they just believe when we get married, we see each other, we love each other, and we can just go and marry, go to some place,
country,
and just have some priest who's not really a priest, and just join them together. Or go somewhere else where we have somebody who's
with no family involvement.
Yeah.
And
so things have changed. The society
it's shifted,
has shifted from that institution of marriage being religious, being family oriented, being and
you said family oriented. Could this be a factor for them that families are too involved and they just cannot cope with that pressure?
I think so. Because if we have to talk about that, we'll talk about both the parents of the wife and that of the husband. But we forget this fact: are these children emotionally ready? Because if we are talking about, we want them to get married because they are of a certain age.
Younger generation. Maybe they're not children, because children don't get married.
Okay, this younger generation. Let me correct that fact. Are they emotionally ready?
Yeah.
The fact that they are of a certain age doesn't mean they are psychologically or emotionally ready for that. Most of them want to still explore what life is, regardless of what age they are. And because they have spent most of their time studying, getting themselves financially stable, pursuing career, so it has taken a whole lot of time, and they don't have that time to get themselves ready for what is called marriage.
So how much influence do you think parents should have? This is for you to know. How much influence do you think parents should have, in their marriages for younger generations?
For the younger generation, I would say the parents can only talk and encourage them.
Talk and encourage.
Yes.
I think the parents should let them choose. They should let them choose who they really want to be with. but with some guidance.
Okay, so this will bring me to my next
With
question
guidance.
with guidance. Should parents have to approve of partners for these younger generations?
I would say kind of.
Actually,
Because I would say kind of, because our parents.
Did you say yes to that?
kind
That
of?
parents should approve?
Kind of, not totally, because sometimes parents might be biased.
Okay.
Maybe they want to know the background of the young man and
Which
say
is good.
it's good, and say, oh,
Or do you
I
not
don't-
agree to that?
Yeah, I agree to that.
Good.
But because they are not up to their financial status, they may like, no, I don't want that.
Financial status.
Yes. But the girl I've seen, or the lady I've seen, or I think he loves me. I've seen all the qualities, I've ticked all the boxes.
It's love
and he
enough
has
though.
this. Yes, part of it.
Okay.
And it holds a larger part of it. If you have to take love out of it, then money cannot buy everything. If you have all the money, can I mention some names, for instance? Can I mention other people's name? No. Okay.
maybe.
Okay. A scenario in Nigeria now, somebody got married to a young girl. He has so much money. But at the end of the day, money is not everything. She can have everything she wants. She can ride in a jet, but still she had to leave because she was not happy in the marriage. So as much as money is important, love is also important.
There has to be the balance.
There must be a balance between the two. And parents contributing to advising the children on what to do holds a lot. But we still have them, we still want them to make their choice at the end of the day.
Which is good.
Which is good.
Which is
So
good.
at the end of everything, they wouldn't come to conclusion my mom or dad forced me to marry this.
yes.
Thank you. So thank you for that. I'm going to ask you now, do some reject partners over tribe, race, culture, or financial status, like you just mentioned, the financial status, which is very important? The younger generation, they kind of, a bit, they're stepping back because the pressure is so much. Do you think this is part of why? I mean, this question that I just asked are some of the reasons why they're like, I can't even go through that stress because my mom says we're not from the same background. She's Igbo, she's Yoruba, she's Hausa, she's this color, she's that color. I can't go through that.
Well, I don't think these days tribe or where you go race has anything to do with marriage. For as long as the couple love each other and they are ready to kind of weather the storm, go through, respect each other, respect each other's boundaries, respect each other's families. You can see lately there is a lot of interracial marriage.
Yes.
Probably maybe through the social media and Nigeria Wambe and the wedding parties. So you can see there's a lot of interracial marriage and they really respect the culture. So I don't think race should matter in whoever you want to spend the rest of your life with. If you see a particular young man or a young girl and you like the person and you talk and everything is okay and you love, then go for it. And for as long as the person is a good person, the family approves, I really don't think. But one of the things I noticed and then having discussion with some of the young people that I know, they say that the people, especially the boys from our culture, they prefer other people like lighter skin and all of that. That they don't really, that when they go out, they go for the Asian or they go for white and then the white people are the one who goes for the ladies, darker color. That's quite a shift because we were having these conversations like really they said yeah. That, and then they spoke about why is it that our dark skin are not really attracted to darker men or what they said they have too much drama. That our people have too much drama, they have too much expectations, and that
could the whole one may be part of the expectations.
And I think maybe a big party, a big wedding, and then the girls are more, I would say, they've grown into themselves, into their own self, self-development, self-awareness.
Yes.
They know who they are. So they are able to say, okay, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, this is what I can tolerate. And I think maybe that's one of the things that they're not really comfortable with.
So would you encourage your own child, or your own, sorry, I beg your pardon, would you encourage your own child to get married?
Yes, yes. For as long as everything we're talking about, marriage is beautiful, marriage is lovely. I will encourage my boys and girls to get married, for as long as they find the partner that ready to
they're happy with. Thank you for that. So if your own son or your own daughter, introduce someone that you didn't approve of, what would you do and why?
Well,
that you don't approve.
It's a bit.
This is real talk with Mrs.
It's a bit tricky now, because I've said this over and over again. You can't force them to do anything. You can only encourage them, talk to them, and make him or her see the reason why you don't want to approve of the person. Because if you go on saying, I'm going to force you out of this, it's either they rather shut down completely and tell you they are not getting married again.
So what do we think? What do we think that are the biggest challenges that they are facing today then?
There are so many challenges, really. I've said it earlier. Some of them are pursuing their career.
What about communication? You mentioned something earlier on about communication, or was it yourself, that when two young people, maybe they're somewhere, they hardly communicate verbally with each other. Everyone is on their, on the phones. Could this be a problem?
It's a big problem now, really. Because even on the bus, sometimes then you meet on the bus stations, train stations and all that. But even when you are on the bus now, so many people are like this. So you can't even look at the person's face sitting next to you. And by the time you get to the bus stop, you are just going down, getting off the bus. So it's a big of a challenge. Not too bad, because they learn so much from the phone we are talking about. But at the same time, it's a kind of challenge, because there is nothing that comes good that doesn't have its own bad side. And that's the bad side we are facing about the social media thing and the phone. We just have to.
So is marriage still a priority?
It's still a priority, as far as I know. It's still a priority. They want it, but they just have to take their time. They want it. Most of them want it, but they just want to take their time and get all this self-development, financial stability, their career stability and all that. Then they can then consider marriage, regardless of their age. So then she's now 23, but now
the pressure.
The pressure is going down now. So you let them have it, because you want them to have a stable home where they are happy. Not rushing in and rushing out. Because if you force them to rush in, you are going to marry now, Mrs. A's child is married.
Comparison.
Yes. Then that means you are pressurizing them. And when the pressure comes, they make wrong decision, and then it comes back to you by the time it's not working.
Can we compare, like comparison now? People kind of, somebody has had a very good big society wedding, on social media. And could this still be another factor why younger generations are like, if I don't have that kind of wedding, I am not getting married?
Well, I think not from my own experience. The big wedding, actually, I think they prefer destination wedding.
Or maybe marriage, I should say.
Yeah,
because people put their marriages online and, are they real though?
Yeah. For as long as they really want the dress up, the whole dressing and all of that, they love it. They love the traditional.
Going to the restaurants, cinemas, afterwards, luxury cars, big homes, big offices,
and then the after party. I think they want that.
Who doesn't like a luxury life?
Yes, they want it.
But is it realistic though?
It's not realistic. Sometimes they just want, we want a bit of that. They want their own to be a bit distinct, a bit different. So they always want to do something slightly different from the other person. You can also see, you can see from the social media as well, that
Hmm.
there's always something different. When you see this wedding,
Okay.
you can see, oh, this one, oh, they didn't do that one. They always want to outdo each other.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But the kids of, maybe I would say, when you talk about these weddings, like
Yeah.
the weddings in Nigeria or other African countries, is different from the wedding here.
Yeah. Yes.
Wedding here is very, very expensive, and most of the time it's the family. It's you are the one who is going to really mainly kind of cater for most of the things, and your family.
What about
and
after the
friends.
wedding? Now the wedding is off. Now the real life.
Mm.
The husband, the wife, and then the children, start coming. And this is where the pressure is. I have to go to work. You have to go to work. And maybe there's not much support. Like people will get back home where you get help,
Nanny,
driver, people to help you, family members. So could this be something that a lot of young people will be like, God, how will I cope? I can't stand two children, I can't stand three children. Who's going to help me? Childcare. Could this be another factor why they'll be like, no, it's not for me?
Yeah, that's why I said we need to factor in the emotional and psychological stability. Because if we're emotionally ready for it, you know how to manage some things. Of course, you go to work, of course, you do some other things, but there are ways around it. Our parents also go to work and yet they still manage it. The white people too also go to work, they have their children and they still manage it. So it's a matter of setting your priorities right and know what you want to do at a particular time.
So is counseling good? Do you reckon people should go for counseling where they would have an idea of? Do you think a lot of people actually know what they're going into?
Not every one of them
Not
is
really.
ready for it. Not
A lot
everybody.
of them, they don't really know the impact of what they're going into. They believe the rosiness of getting married,
Married,
and having
yeah.
having a partner, and so we're married,
Mhm.
but that's not everything.
That's
Not showing
yeah,
the-
not showing the real. But the thing is,
It's more than showing the race.
yeah, it's more than that.
that.
It's more than that. But I would say that here, a lot of them don't want to have many children.
Yes.
When you say they say
Which is-
one or two,
Which is okay.
yeah. But and the support is there, for the government, that you have your leave, and then you have a childcare support and all of that. So, and then with the resilience as well, the family supporting them.
Hmm.
I think, yeah, they still want to go through the marriage,
They
and
still want to.
and it's all about communication. with your
Communication.
parents. And it's not all about, oh, you have the kids, you take care of the kids. I can see that mostly here, both couple kind of work together to take care of the children.
Yeah.
So it's not mainly, you
Just-
give it back,
yes.
so you're going to be
Mhm.
raising the children. They all. So
I like the way you brought that in,
collaborating.
that people do it together here, which is good. It's working well because it's too much for one person.
Yes.
And so I want to ask, this is going to be my final question before we wrap up. I know you said marriage is a priority.
For them, yeah.
So what's your advice for our younger generations who are scared before even going into it? What advice do you have for them?
Okay, I will advise they take their time, listen to their parents, and pray, because that's the most important thing.
Thank you. What advice do you have for our younger generation?
Well, I would say I'm still supporting marriage. It's a beautiful thing, but I would advise that young people develop themselves professionally, be able to kind of be financially independent to some extent, have a career,
Have a career.
have something going for yourself. So that, because marriage is a collaborative thing,
It
it's
is.
a support, it's not for one person.
Mm.
So that you never can predict the future. So someone may be out of job, you're able to kind of bridge the gap a little bit.
Help each
So
other.
yeah, develop into your own self, develop yourself, and communication, and still respect each other. Respect, give you the respect boundaries, respect the freedom as well.
Mm.
Respect people's quiet time. me time.
Me
You
time.
understand? Respect that. If they want to have a me time, just let them
I
have
mean,
a
it's
me
okay
time.
to have that.
Yeah,
Yes.
and, and
Thank you.
communication is very
It's
important.
very
Communication is
important,
very.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you to our wonderful guest. I knew this was going to be interesting. I said it from the beginning. And this is going to bring us to the end of the show for today. Real Talk with Mrs. Pham. Thank you so much. So, like we've heard from my left and from my right, that marriage is a beautiful thing, but we need to respect each other, communicate, build ourselves, career wise, to be independent. Most importantly, love each other, because we need love. For anything to happen, we need to love each other
Yes.
unconditionally. So this is still Real Talk with Mrs. Pham. Thank you. God bless you. Until we meet again next time. Bye for now.
Bye.